So number one was, failing to plan for tax.
What kind of tax are you talking about, Barry?
There's a lot. There's a lot of kinds of taxes.
Lots of tax.
It's really just burden everybody. In my world, it's estate tax, gift tax, generation skipping transfer tax, and believe it or not, income tax. Income tax is a big part of estate planning that people, I think, commonly misunderstand and disregard.
Can you tell us, how could income tax be related to estate planning? If most times with estate planning, the individual has passed away, how does income tax play into the planning that you do?
Great question. I'm glad you asked. So there's two ways. Number one, estate planning is not just about what happens when you pass away. It's also about what happens during your life while you're living and you're paying taxes. So there's cases where you may want to shift the tax burden to someone else who has a lower tax bracket during life. There's gift tax consequences of doing that during life, but there's also income tax benefits. After you pass away, there's still income tax on assets. So if you gift something to someone and they sell it, there may be very different income tax consequences than you anticipated. People are only thinking about estate tax, but that's wrong. Income tax planning has been the forefront of practitioners' minds since the exemption increased to over $11 million per spouse. And so getting into that discussion is really more of talking about basis, which I'd like to reserve for a standalone video.
Okay, we'll leave you that right to reserve it then.
With your permission, we will reserve that to a standalone video as part of our long list of standalone videos.
How about a brief summary of what basis is, just for general understanding purposes?
So basis is kind of like what you paid for an asset, plus modifications to it, and that's either inherited if you get gifted to somebody during life, or it's adjusted if you gift it to them on death. In either case, when it gets sold by your beneficiary, there's a tax consequence, and you can do very positive things for your family with a little bit of thought and planning.
All right, that's a perfect, succinct answer right there.
Lots of practice. So, taxes is something to think about in every single plan. Even if you don't think you have an estate or a big estate, you do have tax consequences, so pay attention to it. Number two.
And are you grouping capital gains tax into that category as well? I assume that's what you're referring to with selling assets or
it's not necessarily what I'm referring to at all, but yes, okay. It's just part of the income tax. Yes, absolutely. Because there could be more or less tax, and then what you're talking about is the character of the tax.
Right.
And the character of tax will affect the amount of tax. So yes.
Haimo